Hi, my name is Neil Glover and I worked at Silverdale Colliery for 23 years. I started off there as an apprentice mechanical fitter when I left school at 16. Now, as an apprentice and also anyone working on the surface, you worked to a clock card. You clocked on at the start of your shift and then you clocked off after your shift was over. But when working underground, you were issued with two pit checks, an aluminium check and also a brass check, and these were stamped with your lamp number. My check and lamp number was number 641. So at the start of your shift you would arrive at the mine, go into the bathhouse, or the lockers as it was called. The lockers were split into two areas, the clean area and the dirty area. You would go to your clean locker, strip naked, and put your clean clothes into your clean locker, pick up your towel and your soap, and then you would walk through to the dirty area, open your dirty locker, put on your work clothes, leaving your towel and soap behind, ready for when you came back out of the mine. From here you would then go through to the lamp house, filling your water bottle on the way at the filling station. From here you would collect your checks, your lamp and your self-rescuer. These were numbered same as your checks. You would put your lamp battery and self-rescuer onto your belt, attach the lamp's reflector onto the front of your safety helmet, and then from here you made your way to the pit top and you gave your aluminium check to the banksman, and then you got onto the cage. Getting underground at the time was via 17 shaft in a man riding cage. 17 shaft was just over 310 metres deep. When you came out of the pit, you gave your brass check to the banksman when you got to the surface. Then you went back to the lamp house to put your self-rescuer, your lamp battery back on charge. And then you went into the dirty area of the lockers to put your dirty clothes into your locker, take your towel, your soap, and then go into the showers. After you showered, you exited then into the clean area of the lockers to get changed back into your clean clothes, ready for go home. The control. That is the bike sheds. The church in the distance. That's the footbridge and over to Silverdale. That there is the methane plant. And just behind that camera, if we can just move, there's the loader, which was used filling the trains with coal. And a great big hopper with hydraulic doors at the bottom. Surveyor's office. The covered accommodation. Again, that's the back side of the 17's winding house, looking up towards the management block and the fitting shops. You very often would take 2 litres of frozen water and 2 litres of drinking water, and as the frozen water melted you would top up your drinking water to keep it cool. And it was that hot on the Wingate face that you were constantly sweating and you would get a rash where your inner thighs rubbed together. Very similar to a child's nappy rash. It's very painful. And so we used to take in, and we were constantly applying a soothing cream. If you forgot that cream, you knew about it. It was really sore. And also, due to the heat and constantly sweating, your socks were always soaking wet, giving you sore feet and a rash between the toes. A colleague of mine went to the doctors as his feet were so bad. The doctor had said the condition was very similar to trench foot. We were a close-knit team working together, laughing together, and although the work was hard, there was always time for laughing and joviality, silly stuff. And occasionally after work we would all meet up and socialise together too. Maybe after a Friday noon shift, out of the pit, showered, and all call into the pub for a couple of beers together. Now I know when people reminisce, you tend to look back with rose-tinted spectacles. It was hard work back then, but being part of a team made it all the more enjoyable. And after the mine closed, the area behind it was then open casted. They dug down with heavy plant machinery and removed the coal closest to the surface, and then landscaped the area. It's locally known as the Void, or Silverdale Country Park. It consists of there's a fishing pool with ducks and geese on it, and there are footpaths that take you on a walk around the pool at different levels. It's a nice walk, especially in the summer, and I'm sure that if the pits had never closed, I would have stayed there all my working life. The Silverdale Colliery site is now a housing estate called Heritage Park. My daughter has a house on there, and also one of my sisters. Now, Heritage Park is a nice new housing estate with some beautiful houses and play parks for the children. But I find it very sad when I'm on there, and my mind wanders from the present, and you start to remember the good old days of Silverdale Colliery.